Hello everyone, I'm going to go over the two Ascendancies I think that are the best in the game for minions. One is the Witch Occultist and the other is Templar Guardian. I'm going to go over the Cultist Witch first. I'm just going to read off the ability and give you a general idea why I think it's good. And at the end I'll try to break down why I think they're the best. We'll start off with Void Beacon. Nearby enemies have negative 20% to cold resist. Nearby enemies have negative 20% to chaos resist. Nearby enemies have 100% reduced life regeneration rate. Typically, when you're using the Cultist Witch, you're going to be using a poison-based chaos damage build for minions. So the negative 20 chaos resist and the 100% reduced life regeneration are going to play huge factors and then how much damage you're doing in the build with your minions. Then you have Withering Presence. Plus 20 to cast resist, 15 more cast damage, which doesn't really help. Every second inflict withered on nearby enemies for 15 seconds. Nearby hindered enemies deal 15 reduced damage over time. The plus 20 cast resist helps a lot with itemization for your minion build. Having the plus 20 chaos helps a lot to get different items and increase your damage of your minions. The Withering stacks is exceptionally good because you're going to be using Withering Set probably to increase the damage of your poison and chaos damage. And the reduced damage over time helps a lot as well. Then you have Profane Bloom. Your hexes affect hex-proof enemies, which helps a lot. It means that you get hex enemies that can't be hexed, or cursed, if you want to put it that way. Cursed enemies you or your minions have killed have a 40% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of their max life as cast damage. Very good. Being able to do a quarter of a monster's life to another monster that's next to it helps clear maps a lot. Malediction. You can apply an additional curse, 15% increase effect of your curses. Enemies you curse have malediction. Enemies with malediction deal 10% reduced damage and take 10 increased damage. Another curse helps for itemization and helps you gear your character out or your minions for more damage. Increased effect of your curses helps with damage. Enemies you curse have malediction and that reduces damage and increases damage by 10%, which is extremely good. You add all this together and you have probably the best poison-based minion build Ascendancy in the game, in my opinion. Everything I said is a bonus. There's really no weakness with any single one of those Ascendancies that you get, and makes up the best Witch Ascendancy for minions this expansion, if you ask me. I'm going to jump over to the Guardian, which I actually think it might actually be even better than the Cultist Witch. And I'm going to try and break it down because the Guardian is complex and it's very different than the Occultist. The Occultist is straightforward and tells you exactly what's going on. But with the Templar Guardian, you need to do a couple of things to make it actually work. But I think it might actually be better than the Occultist Witch. Not by a lot, but it's better. Almost every Ascendancy on Templar Guardian is extremely good. I'll start off with Time of Need. 80% reduced effect of curses on you, which is good. You don't want to be cursed. Every 4 seconds, regenerate 30% of your life over 1 second. Having a heal that large is very good too. I like having life regen in my builds. So if I do get hurt, I can regenerate it back. And this ability pretty much gets rid of the need for that. Then I'm going to jump over to Radiant Crusade. Plus 20 to all elemental resists. While there are at least 5 nearby enemy allies, you and your nearby allies have Onslaught. Onslaught is a buff that gives you 20 attack speed, 20 run speed, and 20 cast speed, which is good. And while there are at least 1 nearby ally, you and your nearby allies deal 10% more damage. So you and your minions are going to have Onslaught and 10% more damage. On top of that, your character is going to have 20% elemental resist, which is extremely good. Then we're going to go to Unwavering Crusade. Nearby enemies have 20% increased attack, cast, and movement speed. Nearby allies have 30% increased area of effect. Nearby allies intimidate enemies for 4 seconds on hit. That's a 10% increased damage taken. And then nearby allies unnerve enemies for 4 seconds on hit. And that means they take increased spell damage, 10%. Another great ability. You have Onslaught from the first ability. You have a great regen. And now you're increasing damage taken and increasing the attack speed and the movement speed and cast speed even 20% more. So you have 20 increased attack, you have 40 increased attack speed, cast speed, and movement speed for your minions. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the raised zombies ability has a very large AoE effect to it. And adding 30% more increased area of effect helps clear trash or clear maps a lot faster. Bastion of Hope. 50% chance to block attack damage for 2 seconds every 5 seconds if you blocked in the past 10 seconds. You and your nearby allies cannot be stunned if you've recently attacked. You and your nearby allies have 10% chance to block attack damage if you've cast a spell recently. You and your nearby allies have 10% chance to block spell damage. Recently refers to the past 4 seconds. Now, this ability doesn't seem that great if you first look at it. But if you add it with the talent ability on the tree, it becomes exceedingly good. And I'm going to show you what ability that is. If you take Versatile Combat with Bastion of Hope, you pretty much increase your block and your spell block to 50% every 4 seconds for 2 seconds, which is very, very good. So adding Versatile Combatant in Bastion of Hope is really good. It's a cool mechanic that helps a lot. Or you could take Radiant Faith. Grants armor equal to 100%, 60% of your reserved life to you and your nearby allies. Grants maximum energy shield equal to 10% of your reserved mana to you and your nearby allies. Really good. Another really good ability. Then you also have Unwavering Faith, which allows you to... just everything about the Guardian Templar is good for minions. It increases your attack speed, damage, resists, and gives you 50% chance to block, attack, and spell damage, which is huge, without taking Glancing Blows. Glancing Blows is a good ability, but if you don't need to take it, it's a lot better. So if I had to say which one's better, I couldn't really say. I think both are extremely good. And whichever one you use for the minion builds that you play are going to both work. So that was my breakdown of the Templar Guardian and the Witch Occultist. The two, for now, the two best ascendancies for minion builds in the game, if you ask me. So I hope that you watch the next video I make, and I hope you have a good day, and please be safe, because you never know what's going to happen. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.